Having bad credit can make life very difficult, and not knowing what factors affect it only guarantees that your credit score will never see that perfect 850. Credit has become an integral part of American society. Some companies even use it to decide if they should hire you or not. Not to mention that some romantic partners take that into consideration as well. I think it's about time that we figure out how to make your life a little easier. Wouldn't you agree? What's going on, my beautiful people? My name is Mark Beneke, a proud member of the Westland Auto family. In today's video, we're going to be covering the different factors affecting your credit score and their impact on it, so you know exactly what you need to do in order to build it up. We'll cover what a good credit score is, the credit score range, and what affects your credit score and makes it go either up or down. So let's get started with what a good credit score is and the range. First thing, we need to understand what a credit score represents. Your score is a 3-digit number that reflects your payment history and your likelihood of paying back any borrowed money. But ultimately, your credit score is actually a representation of your overall financial stability. Now, there's a bunch of different scoring models out there, but in the United States, FICO is the most widely used one. Its range is from as low as 300 to as high as 850. Now, 300 is the lowest of the low. And I can tell you, out of the thousands of credit reports that I've ran over the years, I have yet to come across anyone who had that low of a number. Close, but not quite there. And then 850 is the absolute highest. Similar to 300, I have yet to come across anyone with an absolutely perfect 850. Although, my wife is pretty damn close. So in order to calculate your score, they use a formula that takes into consideration your previous payment history. The score allows anyone who's considering lending to you to be able to quickly determine the likelihood of them getting their money back. Typically, anything in the 400s and below is considered terrible. There's almost no companies that are willing to work with this range. 500s and below is still pretty bad, but there are a few companies out there that are willing to open up their doors to you, but not too many. Now, in the 600s, this is considered fair credit. You'll get a lot more companies that are comfortable working here. Now, once you hit about 670-ish to about 740, then you're considered to be in the good range. When you go above 740 up until about 799, you're considered to have great credit, and you'll have about 90% of all available options open to you. And when you hit the 800s, now you're considered exceptional, pretty much perfect. Everyone will be fighting to have you. You'll be batting away credit diggers left and right. But to get here, though, you have to know exactly what affects your credit score. All right, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. Instead of telling you all of the things that you need to do to keep your credit score high, I'm going to give you the exact formula that you need in order to up your credit bad. That way, you'll know exactly what you need to avoid doing. There are 5 key factors that affect your credit score. Number 1 is your payment history. Number 2 is your overall debt. Number 3 is your credit age. Number 4 is your credit mix. And number 5 is what they call new credit. So to guarantee that you'll have up credit, all you have to do is, number 1, make your payments late. Or if you really want to drag it through the mud, just don't pay them at all. The more times you make late payments, the worse your credit score gets. When you skip your payments or don't pay them at all, well, then you'll get sent to collections, get a repossession, get a foreclosure, or get charged off. And then you'll see your credit score drop real quick. And then you'll get to take a really fun trip over to the courthouse where you're going to see the lender there. And, ooh, what do you know? The judge is going to tell you your wages are garnished. Number 2, take that credit card or that line of credit and just max out all of the available limit. Talk about a surefire way of letting a lender know that you are risky as. I mean, I know we're not supposed to stretch ourselves out too thin, but in this case, since we're really trying to just drag it through the ringer, just anything above 30%, right? Like just max it to 100%. Don't listen to anybody that tells you, oh, you should keep it at 30% or under, because that's what they look for. They told you could have a credit limit of $20,000, so you have it available to you. Use it. Listen, lenders are here to make money. If they can keep you paying forever, it guarantees that they just keep raking in the dough. Would you rather trust that some random group of people has your best interest at heart, or that you have your best interest? Now, the third way to make sure that your credit score takes a beating is, well, close out all of your accounts right now, immediately. That credit card that you just took out 3 months ago, close it now. That car that you just bought 4 months back, well, get rid of it. Pay it off now. Make sure that you only keep the accounts open for like 2 months max. That way, you're going to be super unpredictable to anyone who's considering lending you a large amount. Keep them on their toes, keep them guessing. What will you do next, huh? Well, what I'll do next is switch things up a bit and ask you for a very tiny favor. All of us here at Westland have seen how destructive not getting in control of your credit and your money can be to your life. We want to help those who are ready for our help do away with bad credit and be able to achieve financial stability. Our program doesn't just get somebody a safe and reliable car. It gets them one that allows them to focus on what truly matters, using the tools and the step-by-step guide to be able to build their credit and get in control of their money. And because of that, I could really use your help finding them. So if you're in the Fresno area and you happen to know somebody who could use our services, all I ask is that you be kind to them by letting them know about us. Not only would you be rewarded for it, but you would also be helping them better their family's future. And if you're not in the Fresno area, then all I ask is that you just be kind to someone, anyone today. Something as simple as holding a door open for a stranger can go a very long way. Thanks. Next up at number 4, make sure that you never mix up the type of credit that you take out. Stick to one and only one. In this case, for your formula, credit cards only. No need to take out any auto loans, personal loans, mortgages, student loans, none of that. Those loans are for chumps. Tell them where to stick it. There is absolutely no reason to show them how well that you can handle other types of loans at all. Let them rack their brains and keep guessing. If they really want it, well then take the first leap and risk it with you.
Do you want to go to the dance with me?
No.
That'll show them. And finally, an absolute surefire way of making your score drop down, well, apply for anything that comes your way, whether it's a credit card, a personal loan, a house loan, a car loan, anything. Just apply for it. Do this as often as you can, even if you don't need them. Make sure that they can see that they're not the only ones that you're considering. It doesn't come off desperate at all or show them how many times you've been denied at every single other place. Clearly, you're just showing them that you've got your options open. You're playing the field. Now, if you follow this formula, you have a guaranteed surefire way of f***ing up your credit bad. Now, there are other ways that you could damage it more, but these are the 5 biggest ways that you could do it. Now that you know exactly what's going to mess it up, it'd be good of you to know how much each of these is going to affect your score. After all, it'd be pretty useful to know exactly where to pinpoint what's going to affect your credit the most so that you can focus all of your attention there, right? So to learn all about the impact that each of these factors plays on your credit, check out this video down here. Well, what are you waiting for? Click it already. Thanks. And I will see you there. Okay, bye.